Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. ESPN goes through all the positions in the NFL, and they rank the top 10 at every position. And today they put out their top 10 cornerbacks in the NFL, and my attention immediately goes, okay, well, what do they think about Marshon Lattimore? Because he's obviously the best the Saints have to offer in terms of defensive backs. And he has been ranked by ESPN as the best corner in the NFL. He's been ranked as low as number 10, but his entire career, he's been a top 10 corner in the league. Last year, ESPN ranked Marshon Lattimore as the number 2 corner in football. But, last year, the lacerated kidney happens. He's not able to play for a portion of the season, and he gets a year older. So he's not old. He's 27 years old. Marshon Lattimore is very much in his prime. Marshon Lattimore is very much as physically gifted a corner as there is in football. The guys that got ranked ahead of him, Marlon Humphrey's a heck of a player. Darius Slay in Philly's great. Jair Alexander for the Packers has had a really nice run in Green Bay. We know about Jalen Ramsey at number 3. He's in Miami. Sauce Gardner was brilliant as a rookie last year. They've got him ranked number 2. And then you've got the number 1 corner in football, Pat Surtain in Denver. But Marshon Lattimore comes in at number 7, and I think could be better than that. And in a league that wants to air it out, wants to throw the football, wants to speed things up and play on the perimeter, having a guy that you can count on to go out there and lock things down is massively important. And I think the Saints secondary is going to be good. I'm a little concerned about the front 4. I'm a little bit concerned about the pass rush. Hopefully the rookies help in some way with that, and hopefully Cam Jordan continues what he's done the last 2 years. You never know when Father Time is going to win that battle. It happens eventually every time. You just don't know when that's going to be. But the Saints on the back end should be good, and Lattimore figures into that in a huge, huge way. But I like what they've done. I think the Paulson Adebo pick from a couple of years ago is a good one, and I think he's a quality off corner in the NFL. I think Alontae Taylor may be a real hit in the second round last year. I love the speed. I liked what I saw in his first year. Is he perfect? No. Is he going to get beat a little bit? Yes. That happens to rookies, but he's got a year under his belt. And I like that, and I like Jonathan Abram. I like Jonathan Abram in college. We saw him here in the Southeastern Conference. And he's had a nice career. And they're not bringing Jonathan Abram in to be the guy he was 4 years ago. They're bringing him in to be a depth piece in a really talented secondary where the corner room is young. Marshon Lattimore is the senior member of that corner group at 27. Adebo, young in his career. Alontae Taylor, young in his career. And then you have the number 1 corner in Marshon Lattimore. And then you bring Abram in. I think that's a really good room. Now, did Tyron look like he had potentially lost a step last year? Maybe. And Marcus May, those guys in their career have been better than they were last year. The hope is that they are. But that's not, that group, when you talk about Marshon Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, Alontae Taylor, Jonathan Abram, Marcus May, Tyrann Mathieu, that's a solid group. Especially when you're talking about the quarterbacks they're going to play 6 times in their division. That group should be able to make hay. My confidence level in that Saints secondary is like an 8 out of 10. Like, I really like what they've got back there. And with Demario Davis right in front of them, I like that a lot. We'll see what linebacker looks like. I think they've probably got to make an ad there. But that's not going to be the biggest variable in the defense. The biggest variable in the defense comes on the front. If that group elevates the play from what we saw from last year's group, where you had Davenport and Onyemata and those guys, and I didn't think they were great. If you can get better play from the front than you did last year, 1, in stopping the run, and 2, getting after the passer, I think that the secondary can change some games. The Saints could not force turnovers last year. They just could not get it done. And I think that's lack of some pass rush, and then Lattimore going down and moving some guys around in the secondary, and it just didn't click. I'm not ready to punt on that just yet. I think that the Saints defense could be really good. And I love where they are in the secondary. I was looking at the write-up on Lattimore that they rank as the 7th-ranked corner in football, as I said, and the quote says, "Complete package," said a high-ranking NFL official who ranked Lattimore number 1. Man-to-man coverability, has size and speed, physical and run support, very competitive. I don't disagree with any of that. Said Lattimore's 78 pass breakups since entering the league in 2017 are 4th in the NFL during that span. He's got a penchant for penalties, committing 4 and 415 snaps last year, but evaluators can live with that because he's so physical and he's going to win more than he loses. We know what he's done against Evans in Tampa, and we know what he can be. And I think him getting back to that level is just so important this year. And there's really no reason to believe that he won't. Well, I'm not, super excited about lacerating a kidney. If we're just talking about football, I'd rather have the kidney laceration than a torn ACL, right? Just heal it up, get back out there. We're not reconstructing anything, pulling ligaments from somewhere and putting them somewhere else. It seems uncomfortable. I'm not signing up for it, but it seems like something that, from a football perspective, is going to be okay. And I am a little worried about Cam Jordan's age and Demario Davis's age, and even to an extent, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, those guys as they continue to age. I'm not concerned about Marshon Lattimore's age. I think he is ready to play great football, and if you're going to have a great defense, you're going to have a number 1 corner. And the Saints got that, and they need it back this year to help win the division. We've got a lot more time to talk about what this Saints roster is going to look like, but if you're going to have some things that are certainties, as certain as you can be in a sport that has so many injuries, Marshon Lattimore needs to be one of those this year. Just like Chris Olave does, just like Derek Carr does, just like Demario Davis does. Like, the certainties have got to be the certainties, and Marshon Lattimore is certainly that. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if 12 months from now we look up and Marshon Lattimore's back in the top 5 of this list, because it wasn't that his play slipped last year, it was that he got hurt. So you put him into a young secondary that can really run and really play. I like where the Saints are in that perspective. And we talked about their defense last week. In the last 8 weeks of the season, that was a really good Saints defense. They just couldn't score. That's why they lost games. They're going to be that kind of defense again, the one that they were the second half of last year. Marshon Lattimore's got to be a huge, huge piece of that puzzle. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.